with that Sega Genesis Christmas game that I posted about today.
I don't think I saw
Days Before Christmas is what it's called. I got to be honest, I didn't know it existed.
Yeah.
Because we never got it in North America. It was European, and so it didn't even come to the Genesis. Actually, it came to the Mega Drive. So Europe and Australia are the only places that got it. And before it had a chance to come out here in North America, Sunsoft went belly up. But man, what a cool game.
Yeah.
It is such a classic 16-bit side-scrolling. It feels like a mix of like Super Star Wars, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, and Earthworm Jim. Like that style of side scroller. Real jumpy, like it feels real good when you jump. It's very floaty.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Paisano. What's up, Ford Torin? What's up, Reg? How are you? Hi, Bubba.
How's it going?
How are you guys? How is everyone? Devin and I were just talking about how long it's been since we've streamed this on the Twitch channel, which it has been 3-4 weeks, something like 3 weeks, I think. It's the holidays, so it's hard to. It's like 1 week after another. It's like, oh, we got the Christmas tree lighting at Town Square this Thursday, and then there just seems like to be inevitably be tons of things. First time chats. Oh my God, we got 3 of them back to back to back. What am I missing over here?
All right.
First time chat. Sweet boobies. Wait a minute. Sweet boobies.
That's definitely not my alt account, I promise. Definitely not.
Is it going to be my lucky night to finally win? That depends, sweet boobies. The noob 123434. Hi, first time noob. Shampoo. Shampoo. Gotcha. First time chat. What's up? Another first time chat. I am. My eyesight's bad, is what it is. Blending?
Blending is what I read.
Yeah, I am blending. How are all you guys? How are you? Twitch is so weird. It just went from telling me there was like 70 viewers to 1 viewer. Now it's saying 58 viewers. It's so weird.
Yeah, I see 58.
Just a second ago, it said 1. Love the another first time chat. Where are you guys all coming from? It's your first time here? What's up? How are you? Welcome. You came on an interesting night to be a first time chat. Love the content. Well, thank you so much, Soul Chef. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna pop this chat out and slide it right over here in front of me so I don't have to keep breaking my neck to look like this. And I wonder why I have cervical radiculopathy or whatever it's called. Although I'm looking at this now, man, I really need to like shave my face or something. What's going on? Look like I'm homeless.
Did that the other day. I went in to go get a haircut, and literally whenever I sit down to get a haircut, that's one of the only times that I just like sit and stare at myself in the mirror. And every time I'm like, why does my facial hair just go straight out? And like just hairs everywhere, just poking straight out. I'm like, I need to go trim that too. Like, I'm sorry. That looks
so
crazy.
When you do your cheek lines, I'm curious, what do you use?
Just clippers.
Okay. I that's what I was using. And I started going to a barber that would cut my hair. I go like once every 2 months or something like that. And the barber started using a straight razor on me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What a fantastic. I mean, I walk out of there looking like fucking just, I don't know. I can't think of who has a beautiful beard, but like it just is the most perfect line down here. And then he'll get me a little bit down in here. And so I went and bought a straight razor.
Yeah.
It's not as easy to do on yourself.
I was just gonna say that just scares me. I haven't gotten
Yeah.
that far yet. I'm like,
This side of my face, which I think is because I don't know, there's something about it like in this direction because I'm left-handed. This side, I always get a perfectly straight line. This side gets all fucked up. Like, look at this side. There's like a weird chip out of this area. It's just terrible. Anybody else use a straight razor? It is the best feeling, right? Like having a straight razor. What's up, Michelle? You rated my friend last night. Oh, we rated last night. Yeah, the nobody. Hi.
Nice. There you go.
How are you?
That's where
I have to tell you that of all the raids, so we usually raid this crazy community here. We always raid. We stream 5 nights a week, and at the end of every stream, we always raid somebody, and it's usually randomized. I'll usually just look and be like, that person looks like they are having fun. Let's raid them. And so that's how we chose last night. And I got to tell you, I had so much fun in that. I actually stuck around, usually because I'm like at the end of a 4 or 5 hour stream, I'm like, raid. Hi guys. Thanks so much. I'm out of here. But I hung out last night for a while because that was fun. So I appreciate you coming. You're coming on a non-gaming night. So let's explain this real quick. Thursday nights.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I got to be able to hear myself out of here. This is a musician thing. Like I always got to keep one cup off or else I feel like I'm going deaf. So,
you can turn a monitor on your headphones.
I know, but there's always that weird, like just a millisecond delay.
Yeah, it is. It is your windows. Yeah.
So, I stream on the channel, stream games Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, 7 p.m. That's always the schedule. But on Thursdays, Devin and I here, we stream the first hour or so of our SideQuest, which is coincidentally called SideQuest Strategies, and it's just where Devin and I talk about content creation and the things that we've learned being content creators. If you're new to this stream, I'm not just a streamer. Actually, I would probably consider myself streamer last. Streaming is something that happened by accident for me. I make videos because I love telling stories, and I've been doing it now consistently, and by consistently, every single day for the last almost 4 years. This spring, it'll be 4 years, and I've managed to grow, pretty good, I'd say, across all the channels. And so I've learned a lot. I have gathered a lot of my own tools, but very, very much like without like being really super involved in content creation. So like I was kind of creating all this stuff in sort of a bubble, which sort of meant I didn't pay much attention to the analytics and all of the other stuff that really made sense. I just made videos that were fun for me to make and that you guys clearly liked watching. And then I sort of ran with it. And then I met Devin through a coaching program, actually. And he is like he is like the analytics guy, like understands all of the back end stuff, taught me a bunch of stuff, a year and a half ago, whenever we started working together, that that I never even considered paying attention to help me understand exactly what viewer retention is. And like, understand all of those things, understand why. Like for me, it was like I release a video. If it has high numbers, it's good. If it has low numbers, it's bad. And, in working with Devin, I find out that there's all so much more to it than just making a video. And so we have decided to collectively take our minds and put them together and create SideQuest strategies. I'm going to steal this part from Jay. Strategies.
Oh gosh.
All right.
You don't have to steal that.
So that's what we do,
I think.
So yeah, every Thursday, or like I said, we've missed a couple because
it will not be on Thursday next week.
Yeah, that is Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about you,
this
but
is
Christmas. I'll probably be
3
spending
sheep,
time with the family or something like that.
Yep. So anyways, that's what we're here doing. We just talk about, content. Devin's usually really good at giving us a topic to talk about. A lot of this is topics that him and I discussed early on when he was coaching me, and the questions that I had. So like I think that it's a lot of them are no brainers and obvious things that maybe people don't pay attention to, that you kind of like have these aha moments. So we pick a topic, we talk about it a little bit here, and then we hop over to the Discord, because we do have a private Discord for SideQuest that you can join. You can type in !SideQuest in the chat if you want to check it out. And we do coaching over there on the Discord, and we also do one-on-one video with anybody who is joining. In fact, is Trek here? Trek's got to be here, right? Yeah. So there he is. Total Trek. Yeah, Trek is a really good example of just like loving doing this. Not necessarily, I mean, all the way around. I love talking to Trek about the content he's making, because I've got to experience his content journey from inception, or not necessarily inception, but really starting to take it seriously to now, which has only been, I don't know, how long has it been? A few months? 3-4 months, something like that. And you've grown substantially in those 3 months. Man, it's been a lot of fun to watch. So
yeah,
that's what we're here.
Really cool.
That's what we're here on Thursdays to do. And Devin is now going to surprise me with today's subject matter.
Well, it's the one that I sent you last week, so it's not
Okay.
a total surprise, other than the fact that you probably forgot about it. We were gonna do this last week, but lots of stuff ended up happening, and luckily I have mostly got my voice back at this point. I think if we were gonna do it last week, I don't know if I would have made it through the entire like hour. I was struggling pretty
Also,
hard
we
last
spent
week.
like 4 very important hours watching a very important award
that's
show
what
last
it
week.
was. Yeah, there was a thing that we had to watch.
If you want to know my thoughts on the video game awards, you can go watch my long form video.
Yeah, go watch the video, because we're probably not going to talk about it anymore here. We don't have to.
Game is set to Arc Raiders. It says we're playing Arc Raiders. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you guys don't want to be fooled into thinking that this is Arc Raiders. These are the new skins.
Oh wow.
You and I.
Wow.
Actually,
I feel like I'm
just chatting, right?
Not equipped for that. I forgot to set my loadout. Is this
I love that Matt is the one that pops in because it said Arc Raiders, because he was probably just like, these motherfuckers are playing without me? God damn it. And he hopped in and was just like, oh, this is not.
No, this is
not Arc Raiders.
Yeah, so we're streaming through Restream, and it's supposed to go through and change all of that automatically, but apparently it didn't. So
we're just chatting.
Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate it. I like this one too.
So what is the topic today?
All right. So if you see the title of the stream, or video, if you're watching that, we went with why your videos feel off and how to fix it. So a lot of people start making videos. A lot of people create content, and they feel like it's good, but they don't feel like it's necessarily connecting with their audience. People haven't figured out that how to make somebody else want to watch your videos too, right? Most people start out making the videos that they want to watch, but how do you get other people to watch your videos? How do you get other people to care about your videos when you post them? And how do you just create that connection when social media is such, I mean, it's not fully a one-way street, but like when you're creating the video, that's a fully one-way process, right? Like you're making a video, you're talking to a camera, there's no interaction when you're actually making something. Live streaming like this is the closest that we can get to, actual interaction with a creator and the audience, right? but most of the time it's a very one-sided conversation to the camera. So just kind of wanted to talk through some of that and how how it is best to look at the your audience psychology, the look at what your audience wants to see from you, and how do you actually um, change your videos a little bit to connect with them. So I mean, that's kind of my first question is, what do you do, Chris, that uh, actually gets people to care about you when you're making content?
That's a really good question, because this is actually a problem that I've had a number of times over the course of my multi-year journey at this point. And in fact, we've talked about this before. You and I just talking through things when when you're coaching me and everything else, because it's totally natural, just like in life. Doesn't have to apply strictly to videos, but it's totally natural to have those moments of feeling like, I don't know, like you said, it feels off. Maybe it feels stale, or maybe it feels like you're doing things but you're not making any progress. I feel like I hit those points like seasonal. It's like 4 times a
Mhm.
year.
Yeah.
Um and it can be the first couple times that it happens, it can be very jarring and almost upsetting. Make it like, especially if you have a success, like what we would consider a successful video or a successful run of videos where you have something that's semi-viral or viral. I remember the first like real viral thing that I ever had across multiple channels that was like, multiple million views or whatever. And then when you come out of that back into videos that have thousands of views instead of hundreds of thousands or millions, it it I've never been in this position, but I can imagine it's much like having a Billboard Top 100 song and then
Yeah.
putting out 3 albums that are like nobody listens to,
Yeah.
or
Being a one-hit
you feel
wonder.
like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
that is the worst feeling. It's the worst feeling for you, for your morale in general, as a creator. And B, this is where I've noticed a lot of people fall off. Because it's really easy to start losing your inspiration
Mm.
after you go through what you can call a slump, you can call it a off period, or whatever you want to call it. It's very easy for that to happen, to have a success early on, like a video that does whatever you consider successful, whether it be a few 100,000 or a million or whatever views, and then you go back. But once you've stuck through it long enough, you sort of realize, and this is something that like you've explained to me a number of times, you sort of had this realization of like, oh, that's the ebb and flow of just content. You can't, not every video that you put out is going to do 1 million views naturally. Especially, I mean, unless maybe you're Mr. Beast, but like that is something that's totally natural. You have these ebb and flow moments, and it's in those moments that it's really easy to get caught up in like analysis paralysis. I think you're the one that has told me this before, where I try and create in a bubble where I don't watch a whole lot of other things that are going on around me, and I certainly don't watch a lot of videos from other creators telling you the best way to create. I know that sounds very hypocritical of me saying this, because sort of what we're doing. Um, but I found that when I do that, I start questioning all the things that I'm doing, because it's a little bit different than what maybe somebody else is saying. And so then I start going like, oh, well, shit, that's probably why my videos are sucking lately. That's why not enough people are watching the things that I'm doing. And then I start going, oh, well, I should probably spend more time like reinventing what I do and recreating myself. And then here's something that happens very frequently when you're a creator. I've done it myself, and I've watched plenty of other of my friends who are creators do this. You have a successful run. Maybe you have a really good spring or a really good summer where you like your channel grows substantially or whatever, and then you hit a lull, And when you're in that lull long enough, it's really easy to look back at the thing that kicked off that up spike and try and go, well, that did it to me for me before, so I'm going to recreate it. I'm going to make that video about that one thing that did really well. This is how I ended up doing 3 seasons of Mystery Plant Theater. Aside from the fact that I enjoyed it, like, it's like, well, that was a success, so I'm just going to do it again. Probably why stuff like The Simpsons runs for 40 seasons, and, you know, like Walking Dead is like, it's really easy to find yourself going back to the well for something that has worked for you before. And sometimes that works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get you get that little hit again, and it's like, I got it back. But the one piece of advice, and I don't remember if it was, I don't remember who told me this. It might have been like a Tony Robbins speech or something like that. But the thing that got you where you are is not the thing that's going to get you to where you want to be.
Yeah.
And that is so true. So in a long roundabout way, to answer your question, I think that the easiest way to connect with an audience is to be able to address the camera in the same manner as we are now live, where you're just being you. You're being authentically you. You're not trying to like put on a thing. You're not trying to a mistake that I see a lot of creators make, and even Trek, we've had this conversation really early on about eye contact. Like, the camera lens is the eye of the viewer. Like, I'm looking in your eyes right now, all of you. But it's really easy when you have a screen in front of you to, like, you know, sort of look here to the screen or look at yourself to the screen. And then once you're doing that and you're seeing yourself talking, it is a complete, like, immersive removal of, like, in my opinion, of like the soul of this thing that you're trying to create. Then you've lost contact with your audience. Because if you can picture your audience just being like one person in the camera and you're talking to that person authentically, then it feels very natural. And that's when you have that like real connection with, or at least that's how, in my experience, you can create that feeling of like real connection over video like this, because it can be very difficult. And shooting video is not something that I think everybody is inherently good at. You know, we've talked about it before. Video may not be the thing for you, like audio might be the thing for you, or written word, or even so that's sort of how I get over it. Is I try and just think to myself like, okay, I have to get out of my head. I have to stop listening to all the advice that I've seen in these videos of like other, you know, people telling you like what you should do and how you should, because once you start trying to calculate everything out, then that's when you get that freeze up moment where it's like, it's you've analyzed too much. And if you can just shake that off and just make authentic videos about the stuff that inspires you, then, you know, not every video is going to be super successful.
And I really like what you're saying about like the viral videos, and that's not always what's going to get you to the next tier. Like, you might get a wave of views because of something like a viral video, but typically what a lot of people don't understand is that a viral video, in probably the sense that most people think about it, understand it, just, you know, going way above your normal views, right? That typically goes that way because you're not putting a lot of you into that video. It tends to be generic enough that anybody that watches that video is interested, can enjoy it, and wants to send it on to their friends. And you know, they can enjoy it, right? But that doesn't create a connection with you. They might follow your channel, but they're not like immediately connected to you most of the time. Again, I think when you mentioned your mystery plant theater videos, I feel like that might have been a little bit of an exception. That video definitely showed a little bit of, you know, your personality and your life, kind of thing, and that might be one of the reasons why you've cultivated, you know, this community that is very interested in, you know, in being a community, versus just having a viral video and having a bunch of subscribers without that community that keeps coming back, right?
Yeah.
So most people, like you were saying, just chase that high again of those views because that's what they see as success. But when you want to create this community, when you want to have people come back for every single video, that's where you need to build in some of that personality, just like you were saying. So, not necessarily in the viral videos. It's fine to have videos that go out and
Mhm.
get millions of views. But if you do that every single time, typically those types of videos don't have that personal feeling to them. So
Well,
it
and
doesn't grab
to
people.
that fact, or to that point, what's the most like what's the most popular flavor of ice cream in the world? Probably. I don't know this is a fact, but like if you had to guess,
Ooh, I, I mean, I'd say like vanilla or something.
vanilla,
Yeah.
the most boring flavor.
Right.
And there's
Yeah.
a reason though, because it's
Yeah.
pretty like it's like you just said.
Yeah.
The videos that do tend to do well are the ones that are probably the most, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way because I've had plenty of them, but like generic.
Yeah.
They are the ones that reach the broadest audience.
Generic in a good way, right? Like
Right.
not generic in a
Exactly.
bad way. Generic that anybody can
Generic in a
enjoy.
vanilla
Yeah,
flavor way.
exactly.
Everybody loves vanilla ice cream.
Yeah,
Like, give me you probably you have a hard
but
time finding somebody that doesn't like either chocolate or vanilla.
I guarantee, like, when you ask people their favorite ice cream flavor, they're not gonna say vanilla.
No.
But vanilla is the most sold ice cream, right?
Uh-huh.
That's probably the difference.
Yeah.
When you ask somebody who their favorite content creator is, they're not gonna say Mr. Beast unless they're, you know, 8 years old, but they're gonna say whoever they have that, you know,
Right.
connection with, whoever they feel like
Exactly.
they've really connected with.
Right. And that's, uh to the same point, if you're told that you're going to be at a holiday party where there's going to be 100 people and you're in charge of the ice cream, like probably a safe bet to get vanilla or
Right?
chocolate,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
not everybody's going to enjoy Spumoni or
Yeah.
Rocky Road or
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
But
Mint
that's
chocolate chip here, if anybody
yeah,
cares.
okay, yeah. Like
Yeah.
peanut butter and chocolate,
Yep.
delicious.
Mhm.
But that's exactly right. Um, and so like to be able to remind yourself of that, um, when you're in the process of making things, and just know that nothing in life, especially video creation or making content, is even kill. There's nothing even kill about it. It is like this all the time. It
Mm,
is a rocky roller coaster of
yeah,
fun for me, a lot of fun, crazy emotions,
yeah.
And so being able to, remember that sort of thing, I think is really important.
Mm. So for newer creators, for people just starting out, what do you think should be a bigger focus? Do you think the focus should be trying to connect as hard as they can with audience? Should it be trying to polish their video to make it as perfect as possible? Should it be trying to get that viral video and then focusing on community? Like, what's the
I mean,
ratio
in
here?
in my opinion, from somebody who like grinded away, is still grinding away at it, I think the most important thing is sort of none of the above. I think the most important thing is staying consistent at creating videos, regardless of whether they're generic or whether they're super pinpointed. Like I made a video last night that I put out today about the Days Before Christmas. I don't know how many of you guys have seen the Days Before Christmas video yet, but like it's this Christmas game, 16-bit Christmas game that came out for the Genesis, or not even for the Genesis, for Sega and N64. I was so thrilled about this game. Am so thrilled about this game, and I was so pumped on this video. I did so much research on this video. It was so much fun. I don't know that like in the last umpteen months I've been as excited to put out a video than I was for the days before Christmas video. It's like I might have 4,000 views on Instagram. I you know, like it's by no means now I'm curious.
I definitely didn't get recommended. to it yet.
5,300 views, okay, so far on Instagram. Not light, it doesn't light the world on fire. It's not even close to like one of my top performing videos, but man was I thrilled. But it's so niche. Like it is, I'm talking about like a game that didn't come out in North America, first off, already in like a real weird space, and then a Christmas game on top of that, which makes it even more of a weird space. And then I'm playing it on a console that like nobody fucking owned, which is like, you know, I've dug down into the deepest pits of like the internet where 10 people belong.
Yeah.
But it was so exciting for me. And I didn't I don't want to say I didn't expect it to. Like content can surprise you. There are certainly times where I put out videos where I'm like, yeah, I just love this video, but I know it's not going to do well, and that's fine. It doesn't need to do well. That's not the point of me doing it, but I know it's not going to do well, and then I put it out and it like does. Fucking missing joystick video is a great example. Like that happens, but at the same time, the most important thing when starting, if you're going to do that, is just the consistency of making videos. Because if you jump right into the deep end of content creation, making videos on the internet or whatever, and your first thought is like, okay, what are the steps to making the most viral video possible? If you honestly, I think that if I would have looked at my creation from the beginning in an analytic with an analytic lens, I think that I don't know that I would have been as successful as early on, or it's hard to say, but I feel like there's some truth to that because I just didn't care about that other stuff. I think the thing that made the channels grow fast, or what seemed to be fast for me and successful, part of that formula was that I didn't care about it. Sure. And I was fortunate enough that I have a day job that was paying all my bills, and I wasn't looking to do this for money. I wasn't trying to get a living out of it. I wasn't trying to support my family doing it. I was just doing it because I love talking about video games, and I love talking about my kids and gardening and all the stuff that I'm an enthusiastic person that I love talking about. I just love talking about stuff. And being able to like not worry about all of that stuff gave me the opportunity to just fine tune the process. And I think that's what's most important when you're starting, is understanding the process of making a video. Once you know what you want to shoot on, I think like all of these questions that I'm about to address are all reasons I've heard people say they either haven't started making videos yet or they quit making videos. What do I shoot on? What camera do I use? What type? What lens? What microphone? What equipment do I use first? How do I come up with new ideas every single day? That seems like such a hard thing to do. Like, how do you come up with an idea for a video every single day? So that's another one. And then, well, I don't know how to edit. Like, yeah, I don't know how to do that. I've never done that before. So that's always like, I always hear that one. And then the other is, well, yeah, I really don't know what platform. Like, what would post it on Instagram? Do I post it on YouTube? Like TikTok seems like it's pretty popular. Facebook is coming back. There's all these things. And like the fact of the matter is, none of that shit matters, really. What matters is that you just do it and do it a lot. And this is the same goes. It's not just video creation. It's like if you want to be the best basketball player or football player or race car driver or whatever, you got to get in there and fucking drive. And like that's what you do here to get really good. Now, once you're like good at all of that stuff, or you feel like you're efficient and you have your workflow down and you know your favorite thing to shoot on is your phone, and you just, you have one little mic, or maybe you don't need a mic at all, and you figured out your editing, you know where you like to edit, it's comfortable for you. Once you've done all of that and you have that workflow down, then you can worry about like, do hashtags matter? Does it matter if I post at 10 in the morning or 10 at night? Does it matter if I post 2 times a day, once a day, 4 times a day? Like all of those things are all things that you can really start to think about after you've become efficient.
Yeah, those are all min-maxing activities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just imagine jumping into a video game and trying to like learn the meta,
the end game stuff.
Yeah,
tutorial,
without knowing what button jump is first.
Yeah, right.
Like
exactly.
It's exactly how it feels.
Yeah.
And so that's my advice. I think like focusing on none of that other than just jumping in and making videos and posting them is important. I had a really good friend who played in my band for the bitter end era of Life in 24 Frames that was just an incredible musician, knew how to play everything, still is an incredible musician. And he wrote so many songs. I don't know that he's ever released an album though. And it's just like, what are you doing? And it's like, well, none of them are done. And I listened to him and I'm like, I don't know, they all sound super done to me. The most music he ever released was the album Bitter End with me. And it's like, so talented. Well, you guys have all met Joe. Like my buddy Joe is very similar. I love the dude to death. Probably one of the most talented guys I've ever met, but like just never really quite follows through all the way to the end. He always makes all this beautiful stuff. And then when it gets to, the actual go time, it's like, well, it's not quite done. So I'm going to go to the next thing. And it's something that we tell ourselves to help protect us from somebody possibly saying that it sucks, or possibly, you not getting what it is that you are hoping you're going to get out of it, whether it be money or fame or acknowledgement or whatever. So it is important to release that stuff too. You have to do that. And so I see so many people doing that now, where it's like, I've made a couple videos, but I really haven't released them yet. My buddy Joe has so many, like, he does clay sculptures and stuff, like movie sculptures and stuff like that. And he has them like, just shelves of it and stuff. And I'm like, dude, you got to take this to like a show or something and like sell them or put them online or something like that. And he's just like, well, they're not done. And I'm like, fuck. Well, how many are you going to get half done before you realize that they're actually done? Yeah.
So Michelle had a pretty good question here that I kind of wanted to go back to. Topher, wouldn't you say that you wouldn't have any community if you had never gone live on Instagram and let people interact? Would you think that video alone would have the same effect in creating a community?
No.
What do you think?
That's an interesting question, because the live stuff like really didn't come until like probably I really didn't get serious about the live stuff until probably like a year and a half ago. I think that the community that is here in the live videos is the core community. Those are the people who, like, you and I, Devin, could sit here and talk about this all night long, and this community will still continue to chat with each other.
Right.
And like, just, we'll be on in the background, and, we'll have
They're still talking about their
tune in
favorite
every
ice
once in a
cream
while.
flavors.
Yeah,
And
and that's something that is still something that I'm learning a lot about, and it's still something that's sort of lost on me, because I don't. It's hard. It's a very difficult thing to think about. It's hard to understand. And yeah, you're definitely right, Michelle. I think the community, our community here, this like Tofere community, wouldn't be as tight knit if it weren't for the live streams, because we all get together. It doesn't matter what I'm playing. I mean, to a degree, it sort of does, but like for the most part, it could be Devin and I talking about making videos. It could be you guys watching me suffer through Split Fiction. It could be us playing Fortnite, or it could be me raging out on Arc Raiders. Like it could be a number of things. You guys are all still here because I've created the channel, but because you guys love being around each other. And correct me if I'm wrong, but like, did any of you know each other before this? And this is the part that like I lay in bed at night and think like it's hard to really like fathom all of the friendships that have been made, all of the conversations that happen without me even knowing, between amongst you guys. Like Adam and Michelle, you guys didn't know each other before this channel, right? Or Dildog or Paisano or Kelsey, like Finding Robbie, like none of you guys knew each other, right? It's not like you guys all have previous, you didn't all go to school together. This is just something that we have like fabricated organically. It's so weird.
How did you do that though? That's the question that we're trying to get to.
Yeah, I mean that's the special sauce, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to come to Discord to find out. All right, let's wrap it up. There's one answer to it, and you're only gonna find that answer on Discord. I'm just joking. That's
just joking.
That's something.
There's actually 8. We'll have 8 listed out reasons on how he did this, and you're gonna want to stick around for number 7 because that's the juiciest.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like Googling the top 10 like air purifiers in the room, or air purifiers to get for your house, and it's like, here's the top 10, and the 10th one will blow your mind.
Exactly.
That's a really good question, actually.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen? I think, if I'm being realistic with myself, I think that like there is a quality to the way I communicate with not just with like everybody in the community, but the way I communicate with my wife, and my kids, and the way they communicate to me, that is like natural and organic. It doesn't feel forced, and good and bad, because I'll be the first to tell you, like I have these moments where I'm talking to Mel, like off, in like our personal life. We'll be laying in bed or whatever, and I'll be like, man, do you think the live streams and the channel would be even bigger if like we were family friendly, like if I didn't cuss all the time? I watch people like Happy Gal or whatever, like never cuss and be super family friendly and all of that stuff, and then I think like, well, maybe like the reason that the community is so tight knit, not necessarily because it's huge, but because it's so tight knit, is because I don't do that, because I am genuinely, authentically just being myself.
Absolutely. Yep.
And that comes with ugly as well. Like I've had plenty of ugly moments, raw, genuine, ugly moments on live on stream. Usually you don't see them too often in the videos because I'll edit them out. But like live, when somebody fires me up in Arc Raiders and I have a moment where I'm like genuinely raged out. It's like I have to catch myself, and I have to like calm myself and like realize that like, oh, I have to set an example here. But having that little moment, I think, is like part of it. I think it's part of like the secret. And I think that's why, or yeah, like Irish Cross said, it's like the dad Topher time.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks, Michelle. Don't make me feel
Yeah.
too bad for playing a game that I love. I found the one game that I could just play all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could answer Topher's like roundabout answer here to whether he would have a community with the live stream or not, it is absolutely yes. The community would still be there, and that's because Topher is Topher, and when he makes videos, they are authentically him, and people can see that in social media. People can see that on videos, and people come around for like somebody was just saying in chat, they get people come to social media because it's a social platform. They want to be social. They want to interact with and find people that they are are similar to, find people that they agree with, that they think the same as, that have the same interests. So the fact that Topher is so authentically himself in his posts is a huge reason why people feel like they are part of that community just by watching his videos. I think the other thing that he's also touched on, tonight is just the consistency, the making videos every day type of thing also helps build a community, a very, very strong community. Because imagine, trying to become friends with somebody that you only talk to every month or two, or maybe it's a year since the last time you talked to them.
Yeah.
Which happens when you go through school with somebody for 20 years, and then you're best friends with them, and then you don't talk to them for 5 years, and then you meet up with them and it's like nothing happened, right? But like when you're just first trying to meet somebody, imagine walking past somebody at your favorite coffee shop, and they're wearing your favorite team's jersey, and you like have this little 1 minute interaction with them, like, you're wearing we're both wearing this jersey, and we both ordered the same coffee, we're like best friends, this is crazy. And then you walk away, and then you go to that coffee shop every single day, but you never see that person again there for like another 6 months. Like, do you even recognize them? Do you even how do you make friends with them? But if you go to that coffee shop every single day, like you open up Instagram or TikTok or any of these applications, and you see that same person every single day, and they tell you a story about their life every single day, that's how you create a community.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that's how people become friends in real life, right?
Yeah, well, and you and I had this conversation actually in San Diego watching the drone show, right? Of Angry
That's a good
Birds,
one.
I believe.
Yep, Angry Birds drone show, that's a good
Yeah.
one, yeah.
We were sitting out there on that bay or whatever that thing is there, and we were talking about how just how different a live community or a live setting is, and how it creates it's just so different these days when it comes to like having a God, I'm trying to like I don't want to say like celebrity, but like role model or being a role model, because it's so much harder to fake that.
Yeah.
We grew up watching actors.
Yeah.
That was our celebrity.
Mhm.
Right? Like I grew up watching Jay and Kevin and like Tom Cruise and whoever else, like we grew up watching actors, and those people, they're real people, but they portray a different person in every role that we see. We have no idea. Maybe with some tabloids and some late night talk shows, maybe a little bit, but we have no idea what that person might actually be like in real life, let alone what it would be like to immediately talk to them or address them or have them address you. And now we live in this world. Actually, we were the reason we got on this subject there is because we were talking about what happened at TwitchCon with the fan, like, you know, hugging the person. And it's like, it's very difficult nowadays to not have that connection with the people that you look up to, or the person that you watch every day. Because I may have turned on Seinfeld, every day when I was a kid, or every once a week, and saw Jerry and thought like, Jerry, he's a cool guy. But to be able to get into like a what feels like a one-on-one chat 4 nights a week for 4 hours, or 5 nights in this case, like for multiple hours, and being addressed like we're all friends, that creates a bond that is unlike anything else. It's sort of like The Real World is a really good example. When I was younger, I used to watch The Real World all the time, right? Every year I'd watch whatever city Real World was going to be in. And you see these people live together for like, by like day 4 or day 5, they're treating each other like they've known each other their whole lives. And you're just like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? They've known each other for 4 days. Jesus Christ. But have you ever spent 24 hours straight with someone, or like 4 days straight with someone, and then removed yourself from them and realized just potentially, I mean, unless you just don't click at all, but like potentially just how strong that connection might be, it's pretty wild. Like, even you and I have been friends now for, I don't know what it's been, a year and a half, probably 2 years, maybe almost. And when you came out in June, that was the first time we've ever met. We ever met in like real life, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You were here for 3 days?
Yeah, like 3 days.
Something like that. But then when you left, it was like, it felt like, like, fucking, like, I've known you forever. Like, oh my God, like one of my best friends left, my brother left, like, oh dang it. But in reality, we'd only ever seen each other like in person 3 times,
right?
3 days. Like, it creates something that is it's an undeniable, it can create like this undeniable thing. I remember the very first time it ever dawned on me that the community members were talking amongst themselves without me being around, without it being a live stream or the comments of I think, Michelle, it might have been when we were talking, or when I was talking to Dylan, or I can't remember who I was talking to, but they were like, yeah, I was talking to Kelsey the other day on the phone. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What? What do you mean you were talking on the phone? Like, you guys talk? And then like I find out that, like, yeah, Adam talks to Michelle, and Dylan talks to Kelsey, and Kelsey talks to Michelle, and like all these, and I'm like, well, so do you guys like know each other from school or something? And it's like, no, this is what brought them together. And now they talk without like me even being involved. And then you have that realization of like, wow, this has created a community that is just sort of like running itself.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting thing. It's so different than the fandom that we grew up with, of like just being a fan of an actor or being a fan of a band or a musician. You can have posters of whoever on your wall when you're a kid, but like to be able to hop into a live stream and have not only just have the conversation with the person hosting, but to be able to have these meaningful conversations with the other people in the community. I remember the first time I had to like settle down a fight in the community amongst people where I'm just like, wow, this is not something that I wanted to deal with. It's crazy. It's really such a weird thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So really, there's like this spectrum of kinds of content, right? Like live streaming is just the absolute epitome of community creation and community growing type of content. You know, those viral videos on the other side, the ones that are super generic, those are the ones that reach people. Now they've seen you. Now you're in their watch history, so they're going to be much more likely to get recommended some of your other content, right?
Mhm.
That's how people find your live stream. It's like, oh, I saw Mystery Plant Theater once, and then I got a notification that you were live. Like, that's how it works. You find those, and then, but they didn't like fall in love with you from Mystery Plant Theater. They didn't join the community from one of these, you know, from the PlayStation 2, you know, viral video that you had talking
Yeah.
about your stash in the back. They find community here in these types of live streams. They find that community and they feel like they're a part of your life in your vlogs and the videos that you're, you know, really use. So I think that a very successful social media social media presence has a mix of all of those types of things, right?
Yeah.
So
I
that
mean,
you
Matt
can,
Matt makes a really good point, and this is something that I was sort of alluding to earlier. Uh, he said, "I made best friends with an icon of my childhood through Twitch," which is
yeah.
wild.
Mhm.
And the same thing can be said about Matt and I. Like Matt now, because we play, like, you know, we're playing pretty much every night when we stream together. I've developed this like sort of bond and like friendship with like with Matt that like happened all through this. And then I've developed a relationship with again somebody that I considered a childhood icon as well through that relationship. And it's like it is my goal when I first started making videos and posting them to social media was I really wanted to try and like highlight the fact that of all of the things that people say are bad about social media and bad about, you know, putting your private some of your private life into the public eye, for all the things that people see that are bad, there's just as much, if not even more, incredibly positive.
Uh-oh. Well, this is awkward.
Uh-oh. Oh, we're
Oh, there
back.
he's back. Okay, good.
But yeah, like I think that was like my driving goal was like I remember going to Disneyland, making a video like right after Lorcana had come out. The first chapter of Lorcana had come out. And I made this video about us going and like opening packs at Disneyland. And I don't even remember, we were trying to like open packs and then see if we can find like the character or whatever. And this dude on my channel, Irish Cross, was like, you know what you should do? You should do this, and had this really great idea about how, you know, whichever one of us family members could open a pack, find one of the characters in the park from the cards that we opened, and then have them sign it. It would be like a challenge, the Disneyland Lorcana pack opening challenge or whatever I called it. And to this day, Irish Cross is right here. That was like, I don't know, how long ago was that? That was a long time ago, a couple years ago probably. And like just those sorts of things and those sorts of interactions have just been yeah. And to Michelle's point about getting lost in the game and stuff, that's the other thing that's really interesting about this whole process. I never really thought or expected me doing this to become a career or something that could be a career. No, this is what I'm getting ready to point out, Michelle, actually. And now it is. Now it has become. And my life is drastically changing. My family's life is going to change. There's going to be like these weird growing pains and spurts and all this other stuff that happen all here right in front of you. And even though I still get on and like stream for 4 hours every other night and make, multiple videos a day and all this other stuff, like, yeah, thanks. Don't let my wife see that, Matt. We're going to have health insurance. It's not that big of a deal. We'll figure it out. It's interesting because you guys are getting to see this transition, and I try not to be affected by it, by the stress and by all the crazy stuff that is like going on. But like what you're watching, oh God, she saw it. What you guys are watching, Michelle, when I get into a game and I'm just like laser focused, obviously I like the game and that helps a lot, but it's sort of me escaping all the stuff that I've been dealing with for the first like 12 hours of the day. Me getting on here with you guys and having these conversations and playing, most importantly, playing the games. This is me sort of like escaping the craziness and the stress that I am currently under. 'Cause it's, of all the things that I've, dealt with in my life, I think that this transition is probably one of, if not the hardest thing that I've ever done. It's very difficult. It's very stressful, not knowing for sure if like I'm going to be able to provide for my family doing this, but finding the thing that I really love and taking that risk. And so, yeah, sometimes I just, you guys get to see all that, which is crazy to me. And I think, there was certainly part of me that was like, I gotta kind of like, pull back a little bit and maybe like stream a little bit less and like, maybe not show a lot of that stuff until I'm through it and have it all sorted out and figured out. And it was an active decision on my part to like not do that, to not veil things up, because I feel like I think it's important for people to see that sort of like growth happening in real life, in organically. Like the things that I post on the internet, as fun as some of the things are, like it's real life. It's life to me. It is my life, and it's very real. And the hardships that I am going through and still potentially will be going through, I want to experience with everybody. I want everybody to be able to experience it. And that way, the next time somebody else is going through that, they don't feel alone. It's hard to explain, but that way, it's shared. It's a shared experience. You guys all get to, whether you like it or not, you guys all get to go through this with me. And so I think that's it's really, it's rewarding, but it's also very stressful. So yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that, other than just to address the idea that or address the thought that I'm certainly not pulling away because I get lost in the game. It's just right now I'm at a workplace for like 9 or 10 hours a day, and for 4 hours for 4 of the nights I'm with you guys, and I just try and get lost in it a little bit, try and just drift off, and you guys really help, or else I wouldn't be here doing it. And that's what makes the community super fun.
Thank
you like that? Let me go for another one.
I didn't see it because I was looking at the restream chat down here, and those redeems don't show up on the restream chat, so I had no idea it was coming. And then I look up and I'm like,
Michelle,
oh,
eventually
yeah,
we will eventually we will have a Lorcana night again. It's just the problem is I want to make sure that everything that I'm doing still falls in the category of what I find fun and what makes me happy. Because the second I stop doing that, you guys will know. You'll feel it. It will be very apparent. And not that Lorcana wasn't fun for me, because I enjoyed sitting down and playing those games with the neighbors and playing it with you guys. But moving the stream around, setting things up, it just became incredibly stressful. What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Where is she? Uh-oh. She only goes under there when she gets a little sicky.
Uh-oh.
The dog's gone and hidden underneath the pinball machine.
Oh, no.
I don't know what she's doing. But that's Lorcana night. Once I have all the time to just do all of this, that is definitely something that I will bring back again. But if you ever see me, hi, did you get lost down there? Come here. You want to come say goodnight to everybody? Come on. There she is.
Hi, Zora.
She had a bath this week. She had a bath on Monday. Oh, she got a treat. That's what she was doing. She came over here to like beg. She's got you guys. She's got you guys so suckered, man. Oh, you want to come say hi? No. Why? Why not? Because my tummy hurts, but I'm being really brave about it. That's what her shirt says. Oh, come on. Just come say hi. No. Why not? Because I'm sick and disgusting. No, it's not like your nose is running where people can see it. Give the dog a treat. You got to give the dog a treat. Come on. No. Come on. Come on. Oh, geez. Well, she says hi, guys. They're saying hi. Do I even get like a little? No, I'll see upstairs. Oh, okay. Thanks. All right. Oh, wow. They can't see you.
Hi, Mo.
Nobody could even see you. All right, go to bed, dog. Go to bed. Topher was just the soul link that put all of us in one space we needed. Yeah, it's kind of like I say a lot of the time, like I was just the conduit. I gave us the house. Like, you guys really created the community. I helped foster it. But you guys really are what makes it special. You guys are the community. You can't say hi to her. She didn't even come on the screen. Yeah. So yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thank you for that fantastic conversation about community and how to get people to connect to your content.
Yeah. It's always fun. Yeah. It's being able to talk about this sort of stuff just like on an open platform. I always enjoy. I enjoy just being here with you guys. I can't wait until I'm at a point where, hopefully in the near future, where I can just sort of like, have 4 nights a week and 3 days a week or whatever. That equals out, right? 4. Yeah. Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah. Something.
All right.
Thank you. Sorry for the questions. What question? What question are you sorry for? You should be sorry for nothing. Yeah. Don't be sorry for nothing.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah. I think it's great.
I'm sorry that we couldn't get to all the questions, but
You're going to have to come to the Discord.
yeah, that's where we're going next. Is going to be the SideQuest Strategy Discord server.
Matt.
If anybody else
doing days? I mean, yeah, at some point, you know, when I have to start training myself to say when and not if. Yeah, when we start doing this like as a full-time gig, I will definitely be streaming like my normal schedule, probably Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Sundays night, and then maybe something like Tuesday, mornings or lunchtime, 11 o'clock ish, and then maybe a Thursday, 11 o'clock ish. I would love to stream every day, and just kind of hang out, because what I would really love to do is find time to just fucking play games. It's the whole reason I started streaming to begin with. It wasn't to try and make money. It wasn't to try and like become famous or anything like that. It was just like, man, my life is hectic and I miss fucking playing games. And making a live stream was a way for me to force myself to play games, because it made me feel like if I stopped and just played games without streaming and without making videos and I was just playing games, I wouldn't feel good about myself, because I wouldn't feel like I was producing. I wasn't working for something, for the family and to make progress. And so the live streams were a way for me to just do that. It was a way for me to go like, oh, you know what? What if I just live streamed a few nights a week and then I played games on that? And that's it. That's the whole reason. Yeah. Jay talking about co-streaming some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or multiplayer retro games. I am down. You just let me know. If I don't know if I've told you guys about this new game that I found. It's called Days Before Christmas. It's 2-player. Just,
wow.
You can play Anti-Claus as well.
Okay.
I think that's his name, Anti-Claus. Also, if you haven't seen the video, it's Days, Daze, Before Christmas. And you drink a little bit of tea and it turns you blue and you turn into Anti-Claus, which is a demon Santa Claus. So I'm pretty sure Santa's dosing mushrooms. Just saying.
I would imagine he does.
Yeah, just saying. I'm waiting for my PS3 Supreme mod. All right, well, we are going to hop over to Discord and chat.
Be over there.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, folks. You guys made it happen. I said a goal for 400 subs, and you guys like completely broke through that. We're at 438 subs right now, which is wild. It's the most subs that we've ever had on this channel, which thank you guys. You guys are making me feel like it is possible to do this for real, for a living. That's very cool. And because of that, tomorrow night, we are doing a Dr. Mod special. Ooh. That means at the end of the stream, we're doing a giveaway. And whoever wins that giveaway, I'm going to call Dr. Mod on the phone live. Hopefully he answers. And you guys,
have you told him about this yet?
I did. Yeah, I let him know.
Okay, good. All right, good.
The winner is going to talk to Dr. Mod, and he'll probably ask you a few questions, and then he's going to pick. It's called Dr. Mod's Choice. He's going to pick a Dr. Mod modded console that is right for you, and send it your way as a thank you, cool. as a holiday gift. Thank you for showing the love, which is super cool.
I like it.
Yep,
that's awesome.
So there we go, and we're going to the Discord.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7.